Y'all, I wanted to do a whole vlog on this, and I think that I am, and I'm gonna make sure that I include clips of this in my vlog because 10 minutes is not enough. Welcome back to another episode of Undiagnosed Baddie, your favorite daily 10-minute podcast. Today's topic from Ariana Jasmine. Let me speak up into the mic about this, honey. She says, "You're not a girl's girl if you shame girls who get cosmetic work done." I said what I said. Okay. Okay. Let's get into it. So I hate a comparison video. I hate a comparison tweet, thread, whatever you want to call it. I hate a comparison. I don't ever have to say, oh, because I got surgery, you natural body, bitch. Like, I don't like when people say, yeah, I did all this in the gym, no surgery, wink, wink. You don't have to compete, bitch, where, no, how it go? You can't compete where you don't compare. And that's across the board. Let's run through my surgeries before I really get into my shit. In 2026, the first surgery that I had that was cosmetic, that was considered cosmetic, which I feel was medically necessary, was my eyes. I had LASIK done. In 2005, 2006, one of those years, right in there. And I had that done, and it was the best thing that I could have did. I was tired of contacts. I was tired of I was tired of contacts going in and out my eyes. You also can't have like a really long nail doing that, and I love exaggerated nails. I love exaggerated nails, okay? Where's the You can't really put contacts in your eyes when you have long exaggerated nails. I love them. All right, let's fast forward. It was a whole bunch of years until I got my next surgery. 2020. I remember the date. It was February 14th, 2020, before the world got turned upside down. Literally, it got turned upside down while I was in recovery. I got breast reduction, and my a natural breast reduction. I didn't have it was a reduction and a lift because my titties was long. I had breastfed, okay? I was a mama, and then once you breastfeed, them titties get long. All right, and I was also like a triple D. You probably could say E or F, but I wasn't doing all that. Them titties was big and it was long. So I got shout out to my good government job, my breast reduction. This is really the only price I'm going to talk about. Was like $50 or $60 because it was considered outpatient surgery. That was medically necessary, okay? So because my breasts were so heavy, my back was hurting all the time. I had indentations in my skin from my bras. And because it would be hot or whatever, I had like a consistent rash. Some would say it was like, so I don't want to say this word and because people take it to the extreme, but you could say it was like slight yeast, but it wasn't giving yeast infection where people think it's all clumpy or whatever. But because it was so always so hot and it was friction, and I always had to wear a bra because my titties were so long, it was always something going on up in here. Now they're smaller, and I love what my doctor did. You could barely, like on the breast, you could barely see the scar. I did allow her to extend the scar back to take fat out. I did not tend to the scarring on my sides the way I did here or on my tummy tuck, which leads me to the next surgery. So in October 2021, no, it was August or September. I think it was, I made sure it was after my daughter's birthday. I believe it was August 2021. I had surgery. I got a tummy tuck, and I got 360 lipo, and I got a BBL. And I was bent over so much. I got that done. Some people know my doctor. This is what I have to say about the doctors real quick. You cannot go to a popular doctor. The secret to the game is going, and this is the most I'll say. And if you want any type of consultation, hit me And I will send you my consultant's information so she can still make her money off of that. But this is what I'll say. You have to go to a doctor that is doing bodies that look like yours. That's the secret sauce. You cannot go to a doctor and they have a lineup of 17 women that are petite and skinny and are getting mini BBLs and lipo 360, and here you are built like a Mexican, built like for someone something that's not petite. Okay, and when I say petite, I'm talking 125, having to gain weight in order to have the surgery type petite. All right, so I did do that in 2021, and I love everything about my body. I truly think that my goal was to look natural as far as my thighs were concerned, as far as the shape was concerned. I really liked how my doctor was able to shape my body based off of my breasts. And usually you get your body done and they do it that way. And it didn't happen in that order for me, because COVID did shut down a whole bunch of things. But yeah, so again, going back to what she said, you cannot be a girls if you're shaming the girls that had surgery. So I just want to take it back to a time, and I always reference it because it's a big part of social media. I remember being on Twitter and this girl saying, you bitches are getting surgery and this and that and that and this. And in my head, something said, the reason why you're downplaying it is because you can't fucking afford it. Bitch, go finance what the fuck you want done and call it a fucking day, okay? You can finance it. You can make payments on it. Afterpay your fucking body, care credit, all that shit. Go finance your fucking body. And what it turned out to be, of course, they admitted it years later, was what the fuck I thought. They couldn't afford it. She was like, I've always wanted my breast done, but I can't afford it. And I was being a hater. Boom. Bitch, I already knew. Most of the time when someone is a hater, they are jealous and envious because they cannot get it. And that's the crazy part about it. I see people in the social media spaces and I say, you want to know what? I would like to be on their level, but there's no, and you want to know what I do? I hit the fucking follow button. Hopefully my follow will help you get closer to your YouTube plaque. Hopefully it will get you closer to another sponsor that says we want you to have, 500,000 subscribers and followers versus 50,000, right? Because that's how this shit works. And that's why I do ask y'all to like it and comment, because that's how it gets pushed out onto the motherfucking algorithm. Now I will go back and I'll say this, okay? Y'all, go finance your surgery. This goes for the gentlemen as well, but we're not even talking about them right now. Make sure that you're not a hater, bitch. And make sure that you get whatever you want out of life. If that's your teeth, go get your teeth. I had braces. I had braces for a different reason, though. My braces weren't for cosmetic reasons. My arm kept going numb. And so I went to every single fucking doctor there was. Nose, ears, eyes. I had every single blood test run and nothing's coming back. Didn't have blockages in my heart. And I'm like, my arm is going numb. And what wound up happening is my jaw has shifted and it was sitting on a nerve and it was causing whatever for my arm and hand to go numb. Got braces, reshifted my face. My arm doesn't go numb anymore. Hip, hip, hooray. Get the fucking surgeries. Do the fucking work. Make sure that you're alive and you have one fucking life to be fucking happy. Do the surgeries. And you're not a girl's girl. Again, if you're a hater, you don't have to compare yourself to somebody that has surgery. If you a natural bitch, you should be like, natural bodies unite. That's it. You don't have to say anything about anybody else that has done anything to their body, and vice versa. But we don't see a lot of women in the cosmetic world comparing themselves to the natural girls at all. Just like women that wear wigs don't compare to themselves that women that don't wear wigs. It's always the women that don't that are doing the comparing. You don't wear wigs, then why bring it up? You don't wear makeup, then why bring it up? You don't wear not